Hello. Hello, hello, everybody. Hope you're all doing well. Look at me, on time. Now it's a holiday here in the States, so I'm not sure who will show up. We shall see. We're airing live on YouTube and Facebook. Hi, everybody. Facebook, I am blue checkmark verified. Anybody else sharing my content pretending to be me is a scammer. So I just want to put that out there right now. I am blue checkmark verified and verified on Facebook. So yeah, act accordingly if anything else shows up. Hey girl, hey. How are you, queen? Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. I had a feeling you would at least be here. Grace might be hanging out with her kids. I know. Yeah, it's not there. So other countries may show up. My country might be YouTuber today. Hi, Ramon. How are ya? Good to see you. I was just watching one of my old lives and I saw you commenting in there and I was thinking, it's been a minute since I've seen Ramon. It's been a minute since I've said that. I have a client named Ramon. I call him Ramon. Ramon, vámonos. Vámonos por corte de pelo. Tú sabes. Claro. Anywho, what you doing, Delaney? Sunday for you, hey? Hi, Frederick. Welcome. Set a fan up to drown out the fireworks. That's smart. That's smart. I'm going to raw dog it tonight and see what happens. We shall see. I have no safety nets in the background. I'm going on. She doesn't really react to the ones that go off at the ballpark, and the ballpark is pretty close to me. So, and that happens every Friday. Last night was a pretty powerful one, but they usually do Friday. So I'm not sure if they'll do it tonight. Cody not know. I just, hang out here every once in a while. So Delaney, what's going on? How are you, lovely? You and Gracie keep coming up as friend suggestions on my Facebook page. I think it's cute. I'm like, oh. All right, kids. Hope everybody is doing well. Frederick, so far so good? You're just like setting up, preparing for battle, so to speak. Redressing your hand, alcohol wipes, and dressing stitches out. Okay. Ugh. Yeah. I'm a Heyoka. You talk to me about your injuries, I am feeling it too. You need to get stitches out, I'm getting stitches out. You call Ralph in the toilet, I'm calling Ralph in my mind. Woo. Bless. Got a friend chilling. Got a friend chilling. Cool. Okay. You got a friend. Nice. I'm very glad. Very glad for that. She's on her way back from her mom's. I had a feeling she was chilling. I had a feeling she was hanging with her babe. So it already woke Shannon up. Fan was on. So found fan sounds to play through speaker. Cool. Here he is. You found your way in. Hey. Going after a helmet company. Going after a helmet company. Oh my goodness. Good luck. May the odds be ever in your favor. Hi, Layla. Welcome. Glad you're here. Good to see you, babe. I'm going to be real excited and happy to see any people from the States actually show up tonight. So that'll be pretty cool to see, because it is right in the prime time of, pop, pop, boom, boom. If you're into that sort of thing, I already did it. I did the hell out of it many times a while back. Y'all missed it. It was awesome. I already did it. I did the hell out of it. So showing her your, wait, what? What'd you say? What did you say? Hang on. Showing her your energy family. Oh, cool. Okay. Showing her your energy family. Energy family. Nice. Soul fam. Hi, friend. Here's Bubs. How's and Halo? Okay, just waiting on Halo to go bonkers. He's barking like crazy last night. He was set off by it. Rebel used to do that a lot, and she still, don't get me wrong, she gets activated real easy, but the fireworks over here have not been as bad. I think because we were in the RV for so long and it felt like they were going off right next to us, that now that they're off in the distance, she feels much better about that option. I think it was like the lesser of two evils kind of thing with her. So I may have desensitized her a little bit, from being in the RV and being so close all the damn time in the RV, because when you're out at the campsites and the lakes and things like that, that's what people do out there. People are there for the party. They don't, really have consideration. Nobody really does when you're out living your life, because the collective is doing it. So why aren't you? And it's your problem if you're not, kind of mentality. Even if you have people who have, trauma or PTSD in your home, or if you have highly reactive animals that get overstimulated. One of my clients said that his dog sits there and will just tremor and shake and shiver for the entire time. It's like 2 hours of shivering, which is sad. It's very, very sad. He's done the relaxed chews, the thunder vest, the weighted blankets, all kinds of things, the other noises to drown it out. It's just still there because you can feel it. You can feel the boom, 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 boom. You can feel it. I'm a very sensitive person, so I feel and hear everything. So I get it. Okay, would you settle down? Rattles the dishes. Exactly. Yeah, that's people upstairs. The people 2 stories up were doing something crazy, and I could feel it here. Here, when the people upstairs are stomping around, I feel it in the floor. So I'm just sensitive. I just am. So it's an excellent challenge for me, and I am thriving at this new challenge at reprogramming myself, my attachment to it, and how I redirect my energy. Also, we've made friends with them, so I'm able to communicate. Hey, it's getting a little crazy. Can y'all just try and figure that out? It's teaching manners time. Allow me to help. Got some sun and pool time earlier with the kids, and now here and it's raining. Okay, nice. So there'll be no fireworks for you guys, but you got your pool time in. That's fantastic. Good. I just said that very thing to one of my clients the other day. It's like literally going outside and setting your money on fire. Fireworks, going and buying fireworks and setting them off is, to me right now, is like literally setting your money on fire. So I'm good. I have better things to do. I'd rather buy like 10 bags of treats because it brings me so much more joy. That's so much more lasting. And I'd rather clean up cat poop as the result, cat and dog crap as the result, than, disturb the peace and my peace. Not my thing. I'm ready for electronics to be more substantial, like drones and things like that, drone shows and aerial holographic expressions, things like that. I think holographic expressions, like that would be really cool, like a way to shoot up holograms in the sky instead of like how you send out the bat signal. Yeah, things like that. But then you're dealing with air traffic and same here. I can hear heavy-footed neighbors above you. Yeah, heavy-footed and just, completely oblivious. I was an amazing upstairs neighbor. I was so awesome. I would take my dog out when she would go crazy. When she got the zoomies and stuff, I was like, all right, let's go get it out of you. I tiptoed around. I wouldn't really allow for everybody to kind of, bop, 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 bop. I had rugs. I wore slippers. I didn't wear my shoes in the house. I was great. I was great. But, I have more awareness of my surroundings than other people. And, there's the non-player characters that are just kind of floating through life. They just are products of their environment and they're out there just casting energy. They're not aware of their energy. They just are energy casters. And it's up to me to redirect that or to find a way to, contain my thought and figure that out on my own. I got to figure that out. So it just is what it is, because if it's not that, then it's going to be something else. If it's not that, it will be something else. There will be a way for me to be out and to be, away from everything and be peaceful, but then I'm away from my amenities and luxuries and things like that, conveniences, things like that. So there's just trade-offs for every little thing, every little thing. Definitely have some future plans that don't involve any of this, but yeah. Anyway, hey, how are you? Good to see you. Welcome. Beach made it in. Yay. Facebook is showing up. Good. I'm going to tape to the door and remind them. I think a reminder note will need. Yeah. We banged on the walls today and that kind of calmed it down a little bit, but it was still back this afternoon. And then this, when they're getting going and they're going somewhere and they're getting out of the house, it's freaking madness. It's like a herd of wild animals have let loose in there. And it's the stampedes all over the place, like literal stampedes. And there's nothing like a absent-minded, complacent parent that just kind of enables it and tolerates it and just, they don't hear it. And so everyone else has to suffer because they don't hear it. I'm not that way. If I know my dog's going crazy, I'm taking care of it because nobody else has to suffer because of my life choices. I chose to have a dog. I don't need to put that on everybody else. Listen to my dog bark, listen to my dog be miserable. She's just going to go crazy in the house. She's going to run around like a maniac. Deal with it. Oh, well, I'm not going to punish her for being happy. No, but I am going to be proactive and be a good parent to my animal and take her outside because it's what she needs. And it's the polite thing to do. Anyway, I'm doing fantastic. The end of the broom handle. It doesn't really solve anything though. I mean, I'm doing like little reminders like, hello, we're here. Remember? And I do that every once in a while. And we'll get to the point where we'll make another request and then we'll go to the office. We'll go through the appropriate channels. We'll do what we need to do. But I paid just as much rent as they do. So I have a right. I have a right to not be subjected to your life choices. I'm not paying for that. So. Just like I don't expect you to be subjected to my life choices. But anyway, yeah. So it's a great challenge for me, though. So I welcome with open arms any opportunity for me to experience growth and become a better version of myself, a different version of myself, because the old me would be, I trust me, I was already old me got triggered. I was like, I'm going to put subwoofers right below the ceiling and it's going to be boom, boom, boom. And we'll just have a little battle of thunder versus thunder. And we'll see whose thunder's more annoying, because my thunder can be really annoying, but I don't want to do that to my mom. I mean, I went there. I saw this one person who built these contraptions that were just like, they taped these mechanical arms with little rubber heads to this freaking ceiling and then went to run errands all afternoon. The level of pettiness of inspired ideas I have seen on the internet. People are very creative and they experience war and battle. And I'm not interested in getting into another war with my neighbor just because we're all trying to coexist. I'm very interested in expressing my needs, being very mature. Maturity is always the best route. Trust me, I've tried the other route. It never works. It never works. Give yourself time for the thing I don't like to. You some peace and level up on peace. 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 It's all about peace. I thought about a note, but a note is probably, I thought about that note's probably there. I told her real estate, but that goes nowhere. Yeah. Sometimes it doesn't. They don't care. You're in an apartment. They don't care. They're not going to get involved unless it's like obscene. Like what I'm wanting to retaliate with would probably be obscene. So I had to tone it down because I get very creative. Brother has cerebral palsy and would crawl on the floor in the apartment with braces on, and the neighbors would bang. Oh, couldn't help it with the condition. Yeah. Only there a year though, because my parents then bought a house. Yes. And that's another thing. Here's another thing that I learned. I'm going to tell you this right now. Another thing I learned is that I'm going to wish blessings upon them. I'm manifesting that they get a break and she lands an amazing job and she can go get a house out in the middle of nowhere where they belong. She can go get in a nice rowdy neighborhood with a bunch of other crazy little maniacs, all of the same age, and they can just go wear each other out. I wish blessings upon her so that she can go and be in a better situation that suits them better. And by me sending blessings out, I am putting that energy into the universe. And guess what? That comes right back to you. Everything we send out comes back to us. Yes. Yes, we could be petty. And that is a low hanging energy that is very easy to attach onto. And there's plenty of people that can do that. But that is creating that's creating another block that I'm not interested in picking up and having to work through later. So I'm trying to recognize my blocks and do my work to detach from those. So I'm very proud of myself for these realizations and wanting to elevate instead of drag down. Everybody doesn't need to be miserable because of the situation that is, occurring. Now, in this case, he is fine. There's nothing wrong with him. We've met them. They are lovely, kind, sweet people, but I have a feeling that she's just a little too passive as a parent. I would not be that passive. There's a reason why my baby nephew doesn't even talk to me to this day, because I'm not that passive. I'm not. We're all going to be very respectful. We're going to learn manners, and I'm not an enabler. His parents were an enabler, so he didn't need for me to be constructive and critical and give guidance, because he didn't want it. He didn't need guidance. He could do whatever he wanted, but not when Aunt Cody was watching you. When Aunt Cody's watching you, we're going to be respectful. We're going to have our manners. We're going to wait our turn. We're going to accept what's given to us and be grateful for it. Like, I'm not going to go out and make a special run to Chick-fil-A because you didn't like the meal I cooked. I'm not going to go out and buy you an extra, dessert from a completely different restaurant because you want it. I'm not. And so we're not close to this day. But, I'm not a parent, so I know how to talk to small people though. I know how to deal with people, and I especially know how to deal with small people. I know how to speak to them on their level that makes sense, that they can understand. There's a level of reasoning, and then there's a point where you can just kind of say, okay, well, these are your options, and you give them two options. Anyway. And then I go psychological. I like to go psychological. It gives me practice for when I'm going to be doing my next phase. So you should be in a mansion and having spent bash of karma came back. Ooh. Well, I saw the coolest thing today. What did I hear? Karma is a balance of energy that we send. It's all it is. It's just an energetic answer to the energy we send out. That's all karma is. It does not correct. It does not vindicate. There's no justified ties that are attached to karma. A lot of the spiritual communities have tied that perception and desired outcome to the word karma, but karma really just is an energy. Everything we send out has an equal and an opposite return action. Everything we do has an equal and opposite reaction. That's like just energy, though. That's how we affect the quantum field. There's living in dharma, there's living in karma. If you're just kind of going out and acting out in the world, you're never working on yourself, you're just doing, and that's just the way you are. You're never having any accountability, you don't have any growth, realization, or anything, that involves you, then you're living in karma. If you are focusing on what triggers you so that you can be in control of the triggers versus letting the triggers control you, which allows you freedom on the other side of working through said problems. The freedom that comes from working through your shadow work is so liberating and so worth it. That's living in dharma, focusing on self, internalizing your experience, aware of the projection that you're experiencing, basically. So hey, Lisa, welcome. Hi, babe. Good to see you. Ramon thought he was the only one leveling up. You're in the soul fam, sir. Okay, sir. Hello, ma'am. Hi, Lisa. How are you, baby? I don't know why I keep doing that. I do that sometimes. I will say that, but I never say that to people. But there's occasionally times when I just bring out these terms of endearment. Baby. I say that to my pets. Sorry about that. Okay. You've got chicken at one place and mashed potatoes at another. Same with the fish. Want to hush puppies at another to get someone what they wanted. Oh my. Being grateful for what we have. Gratitude is the attitude. Yes. Gratitude is the attitude. Absolutely. Absolutely. I was watching some Katie Clark. I don't know if y'all have heard of Katie Clark. Man, she is such a good teacher. I was watching an interview with Lewis Howes and Katie Clark. I was watching her video on self-awareness and shifting and controlling thought in order to create a reality of your experience. It was so good. It was so good. So I'm back into watching YouTubes, and I feel very, very encouraged. Very encouraged, ready to soak up some information and deliver it here as needed. So you didn't get a notification. You go to the doctor on Tuesday to see if it can walk. Okay. I hope it goes well. Have you been taking it easy and being real focused on your recovery, doing everything you've been told to do? Like if he says don't move, or if he said to stretch, you've been stretching. You've been doing all that, Lisa? Good luck. Sorry you didn't get a notification. I don't know. I did put I put a notification out on my YouTube channel and Facebook. I put it out a week ago when I knew that I was going to be on Saturday. I was off work today. We shut the shop down, so no hair cutting today. So I had a really good day. I had a nice, easy day, a well-deserved easy day. I have a couple more of those coming up, so I was excited. Mm-hmm. Can y'all hear my drink? I think it's time for a new thermos. Oh yeah. She will get good news. Yes. And physical therapy. Good girl. Good. It's like having a part-time job. When you're in recovery, it's like having a part-time job. It's a little annoying, something you have to do. You see a little bit of benefit from it, so you keep kind of chugging away. It's hard. You can't wait for it to be over. It's like having a part-time job. So annoying. Super annoying. Okay. Click on the bell on her main page. Yes. Remove all when a creator isn't live much. Oh, good to know, Frederick. I didn't know that. I plan on being live a lot. FYI, to the Soul Fam who's here tonight, hello. I'm going to be on weekly. Okay? Do y'all like Saturday nights? Is Saturday night good for you? Is that good for you? I was thinking Saturday nights here, Sunday nights over on the TT. We can do every single week here, and then I'll be heavy on the other for a while because I'm going to only do lives on TT. I'm kind of not really into posting content over there right now. I'm just not feeling it. But I am into being live for sure. But I'm really heavy into posting content on YouTube, as y'all have noticed. Mm-hmm. Heavy on the content posting for YouTube. Come to Fred's house of care. Oh my gosh. You are like a halfway house, Fred. You're not going to spread yourself too thin. You can't do that. Don't spread yourself too thin. That's what I'm trying to say. How's Mercury retrograde doing for y'all? How's that going? It's got my tongue in a complete knot per usual. I am less eloquent than I usually am. Hi, Samantha. Hello. Saturday at 9? Cool. That works. Where are you located? Because I'm usually 8 p.m. Central. So, yeah, 8 p.m. Central, 9 for you. Yeah, I'll do it every single week, babies. Every week. Yes, we'll do it every week. For YouTube and Facebook, I'll show up every single week. We'll have a connection. We'll talk to each other. We'll kind of talk about the week. All during the week, I'll be posting content, doing mini readings, things like that. For my memberships, I'm going to start pumping a bunch of those out. So everybody who is a member, I'm going to ask you guys what your sun, moon, risings are and some posts and start seeing some readings regarding those. And I'll ask you what y'all want to look at. Do you want to look at love? Do you want to look at career? Do you want to look at what, spirit has to try to tell you what you're not getting? We can do pick-a-piles. I'm gonna do a lot of content. So I'm really, really, really inspired to get heavy on my readings here on YouTube because the results are just so good. Facebook's okay. I'm paying for a blue check mark and they still are not taking care of my scammers. The people who are copying me and stealing my content, they're still not taking care of that. So I don't have any real allegiance to Meta for that reason. So I don't have any allegiance to people who are not taking care of the scammers who make you have to jump through hoops and things like that. But YouTube seems to be pretty safe. So I like it here. But if y'all like it here, I like it here. Oh my goodness. And every week we're going to be live. Here he goes. Ow. Ow. Don't bite me. You can kick me because you're not even using your claws. He doesn't even use his claws, but he does bite. He likes to bite. I get it. Me too. Yay! Yes. Layla, live every single week. You still need to sign up. Is it just a button, subscribe button? The memberships are the join button. So you'll see it on my YouTube page for join. Facebook, I have subscriptions there. And I might as well just start only doing subscription posts. So if you happen to be a subscriber on my Facebook page, then I will do subscriber only posts. So that'll push for subscribers there. But we'll be doing lives all the time. But my heavy, like I said, my heavy focus is just going to be here for YouTube. Heavy focus. But I'll be live on all the platforms. And poor Instagram is just kind of out there flapping in the wind. All tattered and torn. left for the birds to pick at for nesting. It's for the birds. Poor Instagram. And TikTok, I'll get there one day. I think I'm going to do more speaking content for TikTok. Get away from tarot readings. Anyway, would y'all like to look at some energy? Does anybody have a question for me? Since there's just 8 of us in here hanging out, it's just my core soul family. I'm very happy to go ahead and answer questions. Samantha, you weren't here last week. Most of everyone else was. I don't think Ramon was. But everybody else was. Everybody else got a question last week. I'm here again for that. So we can do that if y'all want to ask me one question. You share your thoughts that help us level. Right. Yeah. Yep. Anyone tries to get you has an issue, send the message again. Your phone providers to say, yeah, to do your issue with. Oh. Samantha, how you been? What's been going on? Beach, what you been up to? Does anybody need any focused attention? Anybody have a question for me? If not, we can look at some collectives. If anyone tries to oh, what about that? Do you have any love coming to rescue? And what's love key? Lost as usual. No. Woof. If I can ask higher self from my buddy. What? Oh, for your friend. Higher self for your friend. Okay. That's what I'm getting. Okay. Need some sugar and a hug. Okay. All right. So, same old. Regular reading. If anybody needs a regular reading, absolutely. I have links to pay are all right there. If y'all want like an actual focus, if y'all want to go in deep and do like a full in-depth reading, absolutely. For the meantime, I'm going to just kind of buzz through here real quick and we'll look at everybody. I want to touch on y'all's energy and see what we need to look at. And then that'll tell me if we can do a collective based on what comes up. If you need focused attention, absolutely, I'm available for that as well, as always. Yes, if y'all need a full reading and all that jazz, 1000%. Let's see, I'm not feeling that deck. Oh, my Libra moon. All these decks. It's like having a closet full of nothing to wear. Well, do this one. Since Fred's feeling randy, we'll pull the Modern Love deck. A card? You got it. Okay. Interested in you. There you go. Is anyone interested in Fred? Okay. You can't think of anything to ask? What a Capricorn. Lovelies. Not love key. I was like, is that love in Kentucky? Love KY. Touching your energy. You. Okay. I saw the funniest thing about spiritual F-boys. It's like doing inner work to catch, what the heck was it? Self-aware F-boy. The self-aware F-boy. I saw this TikTok today. It's so funny. I'm going to post it later. I'll send it to you later. It's pretty funny. The self-aware F-boy. It's pretty good. Okay, here we go. Let's see here. So Fred popped up first. Does Fred have any lovelies coming in? Is anyone interested in Fred? Is anyone interested in Fred? Gold diggers. Got the Queen of Pentacles reversed. Got people who are after your money. People who want you, people who want you for your money right now. Yeah, there's 9 of Cups and then the Queen of Cups also in the reverse. So this 9 of Cups is you protecting yourself. There's the King of Cups under that. So I'm going to say no. You're getting more pressure to protect yourself emotionally, to not invest in anything emotionally, to kind of remain independent. This is a lot of pressure. Okay, Fred. So no. Can Lisa trust John? Can Lisa trust John? Okay. Oh, what happened here? 4 of Cups reversed. So you asked this before, and I gave you an answer of yes, and then you're asking again. So now I have the 9 of Swords. I've got the 4 of Cups reversed, and then we have the Lovers reversed. Here's the Knight of Wands. Has there been a change? This feels like there's been some kind of a change. You're sitting in your thoughts versus expressing your emotions as well. There's something here about not feeling chosen and feeling like maybe he's very liberated, very free-spirited. Your inner self needs a dusting off. Yes. Yes. I've been heavy on doing some self-awareness work, and a lot of your questions are like, oh, that's that. Oh, that's that. Oh, that's that. But I'm giving answers on the questions you're asking. No advice was asked. No guidance was asked of me. You were asking simple questions. I'm giving you your answers. Let's see. Fred needs to do this type of niche comedy. Those are good, Fred. Do it. Oh, yeah, niche comedy. That's funny. So, Lisa, did something change in your connection? Hello. Enough to get you in trouble? That's funny. So some shit went down. What shit went down? You did. You forgot you asked. You asked me already. I had already told you yes. And now the fact that you've asked me again, Nine of Swords, Four of Cups reversed, Lovers reversed, Knight of Wands. So I'm showing something here about not having your expectations met. With that Four of Cups reversed, Nine of Swords upright. There's something about your expectations. There's something that you're silently expecting. And now you're questioning that because there's not a lot of follow through here. Things have changed and not for the better. Okay. I got Knight of Wands and the Lovers in the reverse. Gemini energy as well. Yeah. Showing that somebody's choosing somebody else. There's other energy showing up. His attention is going elsewhere. That's kind of what I'm seeing. And you may have saw something and you're not expressing yourself. You're kind of sitting with it and processing it mentally. Yeah. Okay. So I have you just kind of sitting in your head with it. You're not talking about it, but you're observing things and it's making you go inward. And now you're triggered because your expectations of what you thought this was going to be is now showing to be something different. So that's it. Okay. Oh, some shit went down. Yes, you were right, Leela. You were right. And tarot was right. The tarot cards were right. My guides were right. Yeah, at that point, yes. Yes, you could trust him. But I think that there's something about your expectations. And again, energy changes at that point. Yes. There may have been some energetic exchanges where things didn't quite pan out. And so you kind of maybe have self-sabotaged as well. Nine of Swords is very capable of self-sabotaging something, like sitting in your head and projecting your anxieties outside of you. And that's a natural repellent, projecting our anxieties. So you're welcome. You're welcome. I don't know why you have to be right here. There's lots of room. Thank you. Yay. I can use my desk and not make a bunch of racket. Okay. So next we've got, who else? A card. Regular card. Let's see here. Higher self for friend. Okay. Ramon, for your friend. Ramon. There's Fred's friend. This is Fred's friend. That's, yeah. Okay, Ramon's friend. Ramon's friend. Advice, guidance for Ramon's friend. All right. Okay. Ace of Cups, Two of Wands. You're being faced with a choice. And this is about investing yourself emotionally into something new, some kind of a new beginning where you're pouring your whole heart into something. And it's a different path for you. This could be a choice between a path you know and a path that is completely different, something you have never done before. So there's a choice you're being faced with. We've got the Justice in the reverse. I am sensing here that there's perhaps some pressure on you that doesn't seem fair. Libra energy as well. This feels like there's pressure here. Things feel out of balance because it's like there's more push for you to make a decision that you may not have all the facts on as well. I think you're waiting for some more facts. This is also an energy about being misinformed, not having everything you need to make a very sound, balanced decision. Okay. Libra energy showing up. So yeah, that's what I'm getting. Higher self. Let me pull a random oracle. Okay, the healing must be completed before your life can transform. This is literally the deck about a message from your higher self. The healing must be completed before your life can transform. That is very true. I was watching something today about becoming a completely different version of yourself in order to become something that you've never been or done before. That could be what that path is. That's a path of something that you've never experienced, but you have to heal the old parts of you that are scared, that are stuck in lack, that are projecting fear, that are limiting you. You have to work on that in order to feel confident and okay with your decisions and choices. Okay. Woo! That was a lot. Next. Okay. A card for Miss Beach. Card. One card. Oh, it's too much. Lots of chaos. Okay. Give me a card. One card. Let's see. Tell me your first name again, Beach. Is it? They keep saying Layla. It's the same, right? You have the same name as someone else in here. I think it was that, which is why it made me stutter, because Mercury's in retrograde, so my speech is like locked. Bianca. Okay, that's what it. Bianca. That's what it is. Thank you so much. I'm sorry. It was an at the end. Okay. Bianca. Okay, will do. Can I have a card for Bianca, please? Can we have a card for Bianca? Okay. Thank you. That's better. Got 10 of Wands, 3 of Swords reversed. You're taking on the burdens of helping somebody process some heartbreak. You could be taking on a lot of other people's trauma, other people's issues. This very well also could be other people causing heartbreak and grief. And now you're left with the burdens and the responsibilities of having to process everything on your own. It's kind of all on you. 10 of Wands, 3 of Swords reverse, and then 9 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Here's the 8 of Swords. This is emotionally closed off. This is low energy, feeling drained, kind of stuck in your head. So it's just pinpointing some things. I do have the Strength card after that, talking about picking yourself up, finding the courage to overcome a lot of this, seeing if you can dig down deep to figure out how to be creative and how to overcome this, how to conquer. I think it's only conquering your side of things. It's not your responsibility to handle other people's issues. It's only your responsibility to handle what it awakened in you. What did it bring forward in you? That's what you're needing to focus on. That's the only thing you need to work through. Okay. That's all. Families hurt you on standing up for yourself. Good. Absolutely. Boundaries are so important. That's the best version of self-love that you can ever perform, is setting boundaries and not allowing for people to energetically siphon anything from you ever again, because people will do that. And you have to learn how to cut people off who are negating your ability to improve yourself or to flourish or to have a higher vibration. You have to protect yourself from low vibrational people. That's the best form of self-love that you can practice. Next to talking to yourself very beautifully is boundaries. Okay. So exercise in full capacity and protect yourself. 1000%. Yes, ma'am. Okay. My boy. What type I need to do? Scrolling. I can give this if I don't ever ask for something and be divine. A long time ago, I asked for someone who would never cheat, never desire, entertain other men, and never leave me. Seems I got it. Oh, yeah. Careful what you wish for. Be real specific. Okay, I'm scrolling through y'all's old messages. All right, here we go. You're welcome, Bianca. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Everyone has to focus on self, because everything else is a reaction. We don't have room or the capacity to work on anything outside of us. It's not yours. That's not your mission. That's not your path. Not even your kids. Not even them. The only thing you can do, the best thing you can do for your kids, is to improve yourself, to heal yourself, to work on the things that get triggered so that you have freedom from those. That is the best thing you can do. The only thing in your entire life that you need to be working on is your relationship with yourself. Everything else falls into place as a result of that. Relationships that are not good for us end up falling away. We end up attracting in what is meant for us based on that work we're doing. We have a better awareness of ourselves. Therefore, we can more clearly see others around us, intentions, lack thereof, ill intent. We can sense when someone's lying to us because we're self-aware. We can call bullshit quick and catch that before it becomes a problem or an issue or something that we're having to learn and recover from once again. But I say this all the time. The more self-aware you are, the more accurately you can perceive the world around you. My cat's biting the screen at my hands. I wish y'all could see him. He's like to the monitor. What a little doll. I hope you deserve it, everyone. Thanks, Ramon. Noise. You pray while they make noise out of their mouth. Yeah. You got it, Layla. I'll look. Yeah, there's a sense of just kind of allowing for someone to talk at you, because sometimes people just want to do that. They just feel like they have a really important, thing to say. And it's about observing without judgment or the need to engage. There's a lot of control in that, and taking your power back is a lot of times in just being silent and allowing for it to happen and just not feeding it. Not feeding it, will as many times decipher the intention. If somebody is like trying to get your energy, or they're trying to get a reaction out of you, you'll know, because they'll keep pressing, or they'll keep getting more intense, or they'll start, trying to probe you for some sort of engagement or whatever. So, thank you, Frederick. Okay. Yes. Preparation always. That's the one relationship you're going to have for the rest of your life, is with self. So All right. Anything Leela needs to know for the month of July? Did I miss anybody? Has anybody put a question up that I haven't gotten? Don't knock it till you try it, Fred. We don't know what we don't know. We can't project from an experience we've never had. That's why you can't create an outcome that you've never had before either. We can't possibly know what it's going to be like to create an experience where we are living in, a multi-million-dollar home, and we have more money than we know what to do with, and we have all of our wants fulfilled. We are free from want. We are soul satisfied. We are radically accepting everything else in our life, but we don't know what that feels like because we've never had it before. So you can't possibly imagine it or create it in your mind if you haven't experienced it, right? This is about being in flow state and doing the steps it takes to get one by one closer to that outcome, whatever that may be. But, okay. Need the KY for that. That's what you were talking about earlier then. The love key. Love KY. There it is. There it is. Womp. You think you did it? Mm-hmm. All right, here we go. Leila would like. Where are we at? Anything Leila needs to know for the month of July? Oh, we got the death card. I like to see it. Okay. Look at you overcoming, letting go. Leila's doing some improvements, darlings. All right. Death and justice, both in the upright, 6 of Cups up, 5 of Cups reversed. This is overcoming some things from your past, letting it go. Finally realizing that it doesn't have a place in your life. It doesn't have a place in your future. It's something that happened for you, not to you. This is liberating. You're liberating yourself. What you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck, you're still going to be tested once again. Knight of Cups reverse, Ace of Wands reverse, 8 of Cups full card. There's something here about you being once again tested with somebody who's not able to make it past the honeymoon stage. And you have to be discerning. You have to not invest your emotions this time around and let it reveal itself to you. Okay? Let it reveal itself to you. It's not saying that here's your reward because you've been through a lot and you finally got it. No, once you say, I've got it down, and you start showing that you're getting it and you're understanding the process, we get tested. Because the lesson comprehension is steps 1, 2, and 3. The finale of the lesson is passing the tests as they come at you and knowing the material in and out. You have to know this material thoroughly. That's what the test is to the lesson. Once you pass those tests, you get a new lesson. Ha, wee, yay. But that's life, my darlings. We came here to learn, grow, and evolve. We came here for that experience. To remember our futures. To remember that you are whole and complete as you are, and you're capable of creating anything you want. This world has just been here to make you forget all of that. It's your job to figure that out along the way. But you're figuring that out, and you're learning how to apply that to your life and recognizing things. And I'm going to say this, recognizing it quick as shit. You recognize this quick. That Ace of Wands reverse, Knight of Cups reverse, it's like it's not getting past the honeymoon stage. You're just like, yeah, I know this one. I think it's like the 8s are about action, so the non-action is an action, and that causes you to take an action because of the non-action. Does that make sense? Clear as mud? Glad to hear. They're all trying to come back, especially an ex-avoidant. Yes, they do that. And we're in Mercury retrograde right now. So you're absolutely going to be tested. Key of peace with your self-expectation that serves you right. Yes. Yes. Radical acceptance. Freedom from want, a soul satisfied. That's the only way to peace. Radical acceptance. I accept everything exactly as it is without judgment. That's how you go to peace. That's how your mind is at peace. Your soul is at peace. Everything's okay as it is. It just is. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. You want to have, some hypersensitive idiot out there who's just, all about politics and thinks it matters? Fine. That's okay. Good for you. That's great. You want to have somebody out there who's a piece of crap and projecting all of their trauma onto everybody in the world? I accept that. That is their cross to bear. I accept that. I understand it and I can see it. It's not like I need to go fix it. I have to change it. It's choosing to not attach to it, but be aware of it and releasing your need to consume it or claim it or try to energetically connect to it. So, let's see. Hello. Hi. Let's see. I don't want any of that fancy. I'd be happy with 2 bedrooms, some land. All trying to come back. Yeah, Mercury in retrograde is big for that, but that's also about your past lessons. It's not just about exes though. It's past experiences, things that you haven't concluded yet that are going to start coming back up again. These are past friendships, old jobs. It could be anything. These are old loose ends that come back up to remind us of the work we're doing to detach or work through past things or old things or things that have unfinished business, apparently. So that's an energy of figuring that out and working through that. So super fun. You're working on finances too. A big lesson. Finally recognizing your patterns. Yay. With choosing men. Choose same man, different body, and free of that now. Yes, when you decenter men, wow, that's a game changer. When people have broken free from the patriarchal programming, I want to say mainly women, and you start decentering men and you start being more purpose driven and focused on what your purpose is, what you need to do in order to be your most satisfied, fulfilled, happiest self, back to what your intention was in coming here, because you are whole and complete as you are. We're all born that way. It's our programming that starts from the moment we come out into this world. You are immediately programmed by your parents, your circumstances, your society, your culture, everything. Everything starts shaping you. And your experiences, they shape you. The experiences you had, the emotional, reaction that you had or didn't have, that becomes a part of you. And this is what we build up until today. So this is all things that we are, supposed to be focusing on, but sitting there and looking outside of you, thinking that something externally is going to make that go away, or it's going to satisfy that or satiate some sort of need inside of you, is only putting you in a further state of chase and lack. You're still seeking external validations and fulfillment for an internal issue. And that only compounds the issues. It only compounds the problems. It doesn't solve anything. There are momentary and temporary fixes and solves that happen through dopamine hits, and your neural pathways are getting that satisfaction of familiar experiences, right? And now I'm starting to feel experiences that I've had before. Thank you so much for the jewels. Oh, those are so cool. Thank you. So we start to connect to, the familiar, right? I know that I'm good at recognizing, a good connection and a bad connection. So then we start to open ourselves up to those experiences as well. And then you start feeling like, okay, now outside of me, I'm looking at this, like thinking that getting a great job is going to solve all your money issues. Sometimes that just invites in another set of problems. What if you get a great job and it is all consuming, or it is something that you have to, sell your soul in order to acquire any sort of accomplishments or achievements at, or, lo and behold, is something that takes you away from everything that is familiar to you. And then it ends up not being what was right for you in the first place, but it's something that you felt like was going to solve problems on the back end. Okay. Feeling like a relationship is going to solve the problems of feeling lonely. It doesn't. You need to figure out why you are being triggered by loneliness and go there and work on that, because inviting in another energetic connection is only going to invite in all of their problems and neuroses. And then we start transference, where we start transferring all of our issues onto the other person. Why aren't we being received the way we hoped? Why aren't they XYZ? And then they are to you as well. Because we're not whole and full coming into the connection. We're seeking completion through external circumstances, and that never, ever will satisfy you, ever. So that's why lottery winners, they can spend their money quick and be right back to where they started if they're not in a good mindset or energy to be able to handle that kind of change and shift in your world. You know what I mean? So yeah. Awareness is step one. So will do. All consuming. Yeah. And it can be if you're constantly seeking external fulfillment for the lack of whatever's happening inside of you, you're chasing other empty and incomplete energies to try to fill that gap. Two whole things cannot make another whole thing. Two whole things make two. That just, it doesn't math. Two halves of things cannot make a whole thing, because we cannot, consume somebody that is not us and offer that as our completion, right? That's where we start putting our expectations on somebody else. Why aren't you loving me the way I need to be loved? Why aren't you, satisfying my needs of feeling like I am, seen, heard, and respected? Why aren't you fulfilling my emotional lack? Why aren't, we seek for things outside of us to fulfill us, and that's chasing. Anyway, Mercury retrograde has my tongue in a complete tie. So I hope that made sense, because yeah. This is my only downside with Mercury retrograde. Everything else, I don't really care. I'm not really that surprised by, people that come back around. It doesn't only negate itself to Mercury retrograde. And I have a pretty good lock on my life, and I don't have a whole lot of people coming back around. I did have an old middle school bully try to friend me on Facebook, and I'm toying with that. I'm on the fence about that. Do I friend her? Do I allow her into my life? And what are you doing here, kind of thing? Or do I even want that? I'm struggling with that myself. Do I maintain my boundaries I've built for all this time? And just because social media is there and because I'm present on social media, do I allow for this energy into my life? Do I want that can of worms? I've gotten closure before from an old assailant, somebody who assaulted me back in high school. I got to have a closure saying with them. They didn't remember me at all, but I was like, you are burned in my brain for life, and here's why. And then here's why you cannot have my energy, and here's why you're not allowed to have access to me. And then I got to have my closure. So that was neat. May everybody get to have that kind of closure and get to say your final piece to somebody before you hit that block button. Because it feels good. It feels good to have that sense of, okay, I've had the satisfaction of saying what I needed to say in order for me to know that I've verbally dismissed that. That's a great way that journaling can help you as well. If you start, picking up on a feeling that you have, something that's lack inside of you, journal about it, go off on it, and allow yourself the emotional space to purge and talk about it, and really talk, however you want, as immaturely as you want, as vulgar as you want, as upsettingly as you want, and then nurture that side of yourself. I saw some great stuff today from Katie Clark about how to work and step by step do your shadow work and actually pinpoint those things and be conscious and aware of those things to change how you think and feel and react, to take control over that, and to have the freedom from the trauma. To free yourself from your trauma that's a game changer. That opens you up to the entire world that you want and see for yourself, but you have all of these blocks preventing that from happening. Release and delete. Absolument. Absolument. For sure. For sure, for sure. Oh my gosh, Ramon. You're funny. Thank you, Frederick. Thank you, Delaney. Absolutely right. Release and delete. Absolutely right. Absolutely. The recognition of the triggers of your traumas as well, and allowing space for you to work through those, and acknowledging that, and then being aware of that so that you can choose a different reaction. That is a game changer. That's healing your trauma, being aware of it and choosing differently in your reactions. And that takes a lot of discipline, repetition, discipline, but it's absolutely doable. And the reward is so worth it. It's so worth it. So, did I get everybody's question? Everybody who had a question for me, did I answer everybody before I just went off? Yes, absolutely. Look at you, you little mind reader, you. What did you call yourself? Is a kiwi and Maori and kiwi? Was that it? Wait, what was it? I think Mom told me that we're in the Maori tribe of New Zealand, if that makes sense. Oh, Ramon. Heart bubbles. Stop. Too much. Okay. Thank you so much for the reminders, Fred. I appreciate you. And again, kids, I'm going to be back every single week. Weekly. This is a new weekly date. Ussens, 1-13-13 when I said that. Ussens, Ewans and Ussens all together every week. All right. Put you get along in your week. I'll help you look at your weekend energy. We can look at the week ahead. We will do collectives. I'll be open to asking questions every once in a while, dropping some wisdom and knowledge of some things that I have picked up recently, happily sharing with my lovely collective. Mozzie, that's it. Thank you, Mozzie. Maori, but live in Aussie. That's it. A Mozzie. Delaney, my Mozzie. Not a Kiwi. Former Kiwi. A Mozzie. I hope I'm doing your accent proud. I watch a lot of Below Deck, so I feel like I'm pretty good at accents because of Below Deck. Okay, here we go, yo. Here we go. For Delaney. For Delaney. Can I get a card for Delaney, please? Oh, Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. May have been a missed opportunity, which has you feeling off your game. Queen of Wands reversed, Ace of Pentacles reversed. There's something here that didn't pan out for you. And it has you kind of in a little bit of an egoic hit, I want to say. There's a slight hit to your ego there with the Queen of Wands in the reverse. Maybe somebody else got an opportunity that you wanted and you're feeling a little put out. I will say right behind that, we've got the Eight of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles. Things are quickly going to turn for something much, much better for you, though. Some opportunity that you didn't get is actually saving you. It's saving you from something that was not meant for you, that was going to be quite depleting. Yeah. You love Below Deck too. Every Monday, it's a date. I'll see you there. So fun. I love that. It's such a good show. Yeah, I get lots of geographical wisdom from Below Deck, including a better understanding of dialects. So I have a really good understanding of dialects and name enunciations, like enunciating names and places. Thank you, Below Deck. Can't think of, well, it may not be happening yet. May not be happening yet. Could be that you've spent your money or you spent your time incorrectly. It's like spending your time unwisely is offering creative blocks. Could be. If you're not spending your time correctly, it could be blocking you creatively. There's something here about getting more into a flow state, which will bring in what you're looking for, what you're seeking, what you're hoping to create for your long-term goals. Does that make sense? Maybe it's the payout from the ex-husband wasn't what you're expecting, but glad it's over. Oh, could be that. Could be that. Absolutely. Because now that that's over, you can start to feel, this is that pre-Empress energy. You can start to really work on your long-term goals and really set yourself up now that you know what you're working with and dealing with. So you can build from there. So Below Deck is on Bravo. They have several franchises and it's so good. it's my guilty pleasure. That and Don't Judge Me, Young and the Restless. That's the only TV I watch. I put certain things on reruns in the background too, like Schitt's Creek and Big Bang. Sometimes King of the Hill. I'll put those things like on loop in the background, like over and over and over again, but I'm not really listening. It's just something that's funny and kitschy. Below Deck is sometimes funny, but yeah. Oh, 100 can move on. Okay, cool. Good. Yeah. Yeah, I can totally move forward. Very well, actually. And I see you being very discerning about future endeavors, future offers, dealing with things like that in the future. Got the Page of Wands, Seven of Wands. I got you being very, very discerning. Like you're in control from now on as far as what your deals look like, how it looks. Like you're going to be very, very much involved with what you're investing yourself in the future. Like you learned a lot. So always good. Always good. That'd be fun if we could have a Below Deck watch party. Go here and trash talk. I got my mom hooked on it too. It's so terrible. Mom's hooked on it. And so it's so good. I miss Captain Lee and his Captain Lee-isms. My favorite one is Down Under, the Below Deck Down Under with Captain Jason, because they do all the ocean shots. They have all the like oceanic pictures and stuff. They'll show sharks and sea urchins and coral and seahorses and starfish and crabs and turtles, and I love that. Pufferfish, they're so active with their like below deck pictures. They go below deck. But yeah. You watch Naked and Afraid? Yeah. I've never got into that show. I'm not going to lie. Never did. Self-absorbed, me. Is it? Yeah, the drama. It's funny. Self-absorbed. That's, who else are you going to focus on? Listen, this is your story, baby. You are your avatar, and this is your life that you're creating. You're choosing to invest your energy into what I'm producing right now. So we have that exchange, but you're the creator. You're the creator and the manifester. So Australia is being represented in a tournament against Mexico. I think Brazil, East US, and a few others. Oh, are you talking about the World Cup stuff? All the channels I follow said that it's fixed. They already know who the winner is. Like every sporting event. Oh, ooh. You like them apples. Don't get me started. I'll go conspiracy theory all over everybody. We'll go way off track. Latest flood that showed them underwater because they were stuck on the boat. Water was not good to venture out in. Oh. For the below deck med? For that one? Showed them underwater because they were stuck on the boat. Oh, you're talking about the next week's show. They're not allowed to go out. Right, I got my laughing. Slow down. Oh, that's good. Slow down a bit. I come originally from New Zealand then. I know, right? I know. Big rabbit holes everywhere. Everywhere. As I always say, one door opens and it is a hallway full of doors. My cat's playing with my hands on the screen. He's like, so cute. You want to go down the conspiracy theory rabbit hole? You do. I don't know. I might get kicked off YouTube. I think I might get in trouble if I start talking about some of that stuff. Because it's, yeah, very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Yeah, y'all want to talk about conspiracy theory? I have a lot. And I have a lot of I feel very connected to some things, and some things I'm like, it as plausible as some things sound, then it's not. I don't think it's possible. Like Gerald the dolphin that took he was an electrical engineer who specialized in underwater robotics and engineering scapes. And it said that Gerald the dolphin took him down to the dolphin world and forced him to build some underwater world stuff, and like everything he was explaining held facts and it held true, but I just don't believe it. I don't believe it. And then the two chicks with the Ouija board also questioned it, and they said, no, it's not true. It was made up. It was made up. And some stuff is just not, like the human body is not built to survive without that kind of capability. So I don't know. Anyway, that's there. Have y'all seen the two chicks in the Ouija board? The two white chicks in the Ouija board? They're from the UK. when they called spiritual enlightenment or something like that, and spiritual enlightenment, and they use a Ouija board, and they talk, and they ask questions, and they open chat and allow for people to ask questions about things about the world. They talk about the Bible, they talk about religion, they talk about politics, they talk about the monarch, they talk about Antarctica, they talk about flat Earth, they talk about the moon landing, they talk about all kinds of things like holographic projections. They talk about a lot of that. They talk about aliens. So there's a lot. There's a lot. And I'm very, 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 very open to a lot of things that are being said. And then also, it just takes you down a rabbit hole. So it's they're on YouTube. If you do in the search engine 2 white ladies and a Ouija board, they come up. It's spiritual. Let me look them up. I highly recommend going on and watching them, though. They've got some really interesting things. They go off on some little tangents, and they'll answer some questions that I don't think really matter, but they're entertaining, and it's all for entertainment only, of course. But yeah. Oh, I made it to 1.32 thousand. Thank you. Thank you for the subscriptions. Heart bubbles. Let me see. Subscriptions. Where are they? I have been following. Oh, here they go. They talk about CERN, the spiritual gateway. That's them, the spiritual gateway. The spiritual gateway. They talk about Oliver Tree, what really happens. Ringing in your ears, what does it mean? The hidden world behind AI. They talk about that. So, and they're sitting there on a Ouija board asking questions. They have an open tap to spiritual answers. So they do. They talk about everything. It's a deep conversation. Okay, hearing you and not alone and don't want to get started. I know. I don't want to get started in it. But yeah, it's a like everything, of course, is all for entertainment purposes only. Just like reading tarot is for entertainment purposes only. I don't claim to have insight and knowledge, but I'm very disciplined in my meditation, and I'm very attuned, and I trust my guides emphatically. Emphatically. I am connected to what I choose to consume, and I know what is bullshit, and I know what is, worth a pondering, a consideration, a half a thought with me to invest, to actually look into it and do a deeper dive and see if there's any merit to it, or if I can just go ahead and let it go and chunk it out with the rest, because we don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater. But I'm definitely not attached to the world as it has been presented to me. I'm going to say that very clearly and very succinctly. I am not connected to the world as it has been presented to me. That we are in this solar system, that politics are what they are because of a reason, and that religion is this, the patriarchy is that, the monarch is this. I don't connect to it. I just don't. I never have. I've never connected to the idea of separation through boundaries and pigment color of skin. I've always felt really connected to the ability for everyone to feel unique and to collect a community, but I have never felt like there needed to be separation from that. I've always felt like there could be a way to peace and harmony if ego is set aside. But that is not the world we are living in. The world has been created as we know it, as it is being presented to us right now. Our current perception of the world that we are in is that of ego and power and control. Period. Bottom line, the end. Everything always comes back to ego, power, and control. Everything. The laws, the healthcare, the food system, politics, working, existing, breathing air, whether or not you can obtain water from the sky. Yeah, everything's trying to be controlled, right? So, hey, MK. Welcome in. Yes, I'm answering for everybody. Whoa. Thank you for the like. I appreciate it. And the follow. It gets crazier. Even I said it gave it chills researching here. What I just did. So AI is interesting. I've seen a lot of people trying to debunk AI. One guy had 3 different phones on AI, and he says, "Okay, we're going to count from 1 to 100," and they couldn't get past 5 with talking to each other and about what their method was going to be, how we're going to be doing this. They could not complete the task. Lots of debunking going on out there. I like following a lot of that. So, okay, here we go. MK. Here's my cat. Mano Krishna. Mano Krishna. Mano Krishna. Mano J. Krishna. What's coming towards MK? This Justice card. I'm not attached to multiple. What's coming towards Mano J. Krishna? What's coming towards Mano J. Krishna? Got the 9 of Pentacles in the reverse, and then the 3 of Wands in the upright at the bottom. I'm seeing here that there may be some overspending happening. This could be you attached to some sort of external presentation of yourself. There's ego here, vanity. Things may be at risk due to some debt, possibly with this card as well. And then the 3 of Wands says that you're looking forward to things kind of shifting away from that. You're looking forward to things improving beyond that or moving away from that energy here. El gato siempre está aquí. Nunca hay nada. So you're very much looking forward to things being different. I've got the 9 of Wands out here, 6 of Cups as well. Something about protecting yourself. Working on some things, possibly working on your finances is what I'm seeing here. A potential need to work on your finances. I do feel like you're looking for something else to come along that's going to improve your situation or hopefully make things better. But you're trying to hold the fort down here with that 9 of Wands in the upright. Pair of 9s out here, 9, 9. Okay. All right, I hope that helped. 4 of Cups in the upright. There's disappointment there. So he always wants in the limelight. I don't know what he think he wants. He just can't not be right here. So I was getting ready to come online and he's got real active all day. He has wanted nothing to do with me. I'm in here doing a reading today because I posted to my page and he's nowhere. Nowhere. But now. Protector. El protector. Sí, claro. Tú sabes. Mi salud. Tú sabes. Ramon, you make me feel smart in Spanish. SMRT smart. You make me feel smart. You make me feel so young. Okay. Oh, 1.5 hours online. How's everybody doing? How's everybody do with the fireworks? The fireworks going off like crazy? I haven't heard a thing. I have not heard a thing. And upstairs got quiet too. The whole time I've been online, he's been an absolute either passed out little baby. He either hit a wall and passed out, or or they left, or he finally went to sleep. So no say. No say. Okay. All right, kids. Is that everything? Is that everybody? Let's see if y'all need to be made aware of anything this week. Does my collective... You close the noise? Okay, cool. Good. Good. Bad here. You even checked the microwave once thinking you had popcorn popping. Wow. Oh, that's your neighborhood though, right? That's a bummer. I've been in places like that where it feels like every idiot just spent their entire check on fireworks. They spent the whole check. In 2020, when the stimulus checks went out, I swear to God, they spent every penny of that on fireworks. And they left at midnight to go get more fireworks. I was like, I'm going home. I've had enough. 6 hours of popping fireworks is more than enough. I'm good for life. I'm straight. Later. I'm out. And I happily left. And I declined all future firework invitations from that point forward. So I was like, no, I'm good. No, I'm good for like years, thanks to y'all. Years, los años. Yo estoy bien. No necesito nada más. Okay. You love popcorn, but naughty extra, not the extra butter. That oily bohunk butter. You're between Fort Herod and the park where the city shoots them. Oh, wow. Okay. You hear them outside. Some of your neighbors have been shooting them off. The small ones. Not the small ones, the big ones since the middle of June. Oh, my God. Yeah. Yeah. They're popping off where you are, Lisa? They're loud, but you got a great view. That's cool. That's really cool. I had a 3rd floor apartment here in Frisco once where I could see 4 different fireworks shows. New Year's, 4th of July, Memorial. All I had to do was go out on the balcony and I could see 4 of them across the horizon. It was so cool. Okay. So cool. All right. Sometimes at midnight you wake up to a loud bang. That is bad. That makes your heart race and catches you out of your sleep. Sometimes at like midnight you wake up to a loud bang. What is that? Fireworks are illegal there, so you don't have them at all. Well, they have them. They're illegal in a lot of places here too, but you know, this is America. They don't really cotton to logic and reason around these parts. That all kind of goes out the window, and yeah, all that ego flexing tends to come out, and people just get real defiant. I hate that when something jars me out of my sleep, like an explosion or something like that, or something unnecessary and avoidable, especially. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. So sorry that's happening. I'm so sorry. New Year's, they put on a show at fireworks with a permit. Oh. How controlled. Okay. Does the collective need to know anything for the upcoming week? We're going to look at the week of July 5th through the 12th. 5 through 12. What do we need to know for the collective? 10 of Swords. Something is done, over, finished. Got the Star card, Aquarius energy. Halo woke you barking the other night with fireworks went off. Grab a pistol. I was sure someone came in the front door. Oh, that's wild. I woke up. I think somebody was knocking on the door. And I don't even remember getting out of my sleep. I just kind of like woke up. Next thing I know, I was at the door. Like, I don't remember getting out of bed and walking down the hallway. I don't remember any of that. I know that I was dead asleep because I was meditating and I was like really into it. And like I had binaural beats going in the background and everything. Like it was like a whole vibe. And I just remember being at the door and opening it up and somebody standing there apologizing to me, telling me they need a signature for this package. And it was a camera for my dad. I was just kind of like, okay. But like the knock, like it was my dog like going crazy because of it. And I just spaced the whole thing of the dog waking me getting up and coming to the front door and grabbing the dog. Even I was holding the dog. Like, I don't remember any of that. It was so wild. I just kind of come back in and I'm just thinking, God, that was annoying. That was so unnecessarily disruptive. And then I just went back to sleep, which is really, really rare for me to be able to just go back into my sleep state, because it was a meditative sleep. And it's not like it was a, necessary sleep. It was just one that happens as a side effect of me going really deep into my meditation. Sometimes I fall asleep. I'm deep in meditation. So circle closed is your favorite thing about life. Yeah. Okay. What else? Okay. Ace of Wands, Seven of Pentacles, both reversed, Four of Wands. Still having a bit of some frustrating getting yourself going creatively. Some of you could be getting impatient with waiting for things to happen. I feel like a lot of you have some really cool things that are in the works and you're getting impatient with the progress of things. Ten of Swords is warning you not to sabotage yourself by thinking too negatively about it. And again, yeah, we got Hanged Man in the reverse. That's that sacrifice. And then we have the the Hermit in the reverse, Virgo energy. Hanged Man in the reverse and the Hermit in the reverse. There's a holding period here. Now we have the Fool in the reverse. There's a holding period until something is more easily accessible for you. I do feel like a lot of you are working on some really cool things, but there has been a redirection. Unfortunately, this week is not going to have a lot of forward progress. It's just not. Some of you are going to feel really isolated and alone. Some of you are going to feel like you're sacrificing a lot in order to make some forward progress happen, but I don't see it. Ace of Wands also for some of you is a lack of commitment from a masculine energy, whoever that is. Doesn't always have to be the gender. It's somebody who's in their masculine, who's not able to commit to something they promised or to starting with something. There's a lot of frustration getting something going. But this is divine. This is divine because you're not open to it yet. With the Hermit card, the Hanged Man, these are both very spiritual cards. There's something about preparation of self. I don't think you're in the right energy to move into some sort of a next phase, some sort of a next step, but you're in a more of a preparation period. And this does feel like a period of isolation for you. It doesn't feel like this is something that you're doing with other people. And that's for good reason. This is why things outside of you are just feeling like it's more of a block than it's allowing for flow to happen. So this week just feels more preparatory, more preparations. I do see a lot of you working on some big things that are going to be very easy to celebrate once it finally happens. Okay. Aquarius, Virgo, and yeah, Aquarius and Virgo energies. 5 of Cups, Ace of Swords reverse. This is, yeah, don't let it get in your head. Don't let it get in your head. Don't get too put off by this. This is meant to be giving you the space to get your mind right. We need to get our mind more right in order to move into the next energy, because you don't want to manifest the wrong things by being in the wrong mindset. Okay. We can't be able to manifest things if we're in the wrong mindset. So there's more of an opportunity for you to work through that, to work through those things. Okay. I suggest some Katie Clark. Go watch you some Katie Clark videos. You guys will be wowed. I was very impressed. Very impressed. I could relate to a lot of what she was saying, but you know, again, always teachings are subjective. Some people are just like, not for me. I like this person, and then that same person you've been talking to is just like, no, I do not like them. So it's all subjective, of course. But I did like Katie Clark's teachings. I found her to be very easy to listen to, very, very intelligent, very thoughtful with her words and formulating her intentions with what she was wanting to accomplish in the video and succeeding. So I liked it. Both sounded like a positive experience. What are y'all talking about? Oh, someone's going to come for you. They better come on. Oh, stand down, Frederick. Down, soldier, down. She's on YouTube. Yeah. She's on YouTube. The Spiritual Gateway, they're also on YouTube, but they're also on TikTok as well. So they do both of those also. None of those. Ew. Yeah, I'm with you, Layla. Ew. I always have to remind people, don't let my dog lick on you, because I just saw her digging for treasure in the cat box. And she got what she was after. So I wouldn't let her lick you if I was you. But do you, boo-boo? You want some of that freshly invigorated saliva on you? Let me inform you what it's also seasoned with. Super seasoned. Katie Clark, and I think the Clark had an E on the end of it. She sounds like she's Scottish or Irish. There's a slight bit of a dialect there. Let me look here. K-A Clark. Yep, there's an A on the end. I was right. Katie Clark. Bing. Katie Clark. How to shift from survival mode to creative mode. 8 mistakes keeping you invisible to your desires. The real reason you fear being seen. So good. So good. How to create a frequency. How to create a frequency so magnetic. Your desires chase you. That's what I watched. How to create a frequency so magnetic that your desires chase you. It's good. That's a good one. Gracie, hello. Man, you were just in by the hair of my chinny chin chin. Just barely made it. I was just about to jump off. I'm directing everybody to where I've been studying all day. How are you, lovey? You doing okay? Welcome. He says hi. Hello. Allergic to cats and dogs? Oh, bummer. That's sad. I'm sorry. She found gold, her treasure. I found gold. Jess. Jace. Jess. Gracie, I'm going to let you know that I will be here every weekend. I'm going to be doing this every single week. Does Sunday mornings work for you? Saturday evening, Sunday morning? It's my Saturday evening, and I'm sure it's your Sunday morning, the way the stupid time zones are. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, it's all good. It's all good. How's your mom? Do you have a good visit? Did y'all have a good weekend? Not the cold from your son. Oh, no. They are just some cootie bags, aren't they? Kids are just walking diseases. I swear. I'm just like, oh, are you clean before I touch you? I have so many kid clients too, and they freaking love me. And I'm like, what's that sniffling? You got your cootie shot? Are you clean? You need a Kleenex? Can I stuff it up in your nostrils? They just laugh at me. Well, hold still. I'm going to jam these Kleenexes up in your nostrils. You just breathe through your mouth. It'll block the hair from going in. You're good. Nice. I hope y'all had a pleasant visit and drive. Always so fun to enjoy the generations. What a blessing. How lovely. So lovely. For sure. For sure. For sure. I spoon my cat. He always gets to be Little Spoon. He's always Little Spoon, and he loves it. We spoon. I try to spoon the dog, but she goes into stretch mode and then goes wild, and it's like hugging a boulder with sticks poking out of it. When I try to cuddle the dog, it's like trying to cuddle up to a boulder with sticks in it that rolls around and pokes you. And breathes death at you. Like thank God I forgot to pour her in the mold. Ooh. You had to tell me prediction on the problem in your workplace with them not paying shifts properly is actually happening. Sometimes I'm predictive. It's a warning. Should you stay in this current energy, here is where it is taking you. You have opportunities to shift said energy by taking initiatives or just riding it out and watching it play. Stiff spoon. Yeah. She's a roly-poly boulder pokey spoon. It's a very painful spoon. She hurts. She hurts me. That is fantastic affirmation, though. I love it. Thank you for stroking my ego. My guides are amazing. Every time somebody compliments my readings, I always thank my guides for being so attuned. And I'm always just so grateful that they're very capable of getting through to my brain and allowing for my mouth to say what I'm hearing. So it's a very interesting symbiotic relationship. Like an anemone and a clownfish. Me and my spirit guides. I'm just wiggling around, being all cute, and it's doing all the work. Oh. Spirit does all the work. I just wiggle around it and be cute and protected and safe and hide and poke out and tay and come back in. Halo follows you to the bed, gets against your tummy and roll over, gets the lower back of it. Yeah, she's Rebel's terrible in the bed. If you touch her, she growls and snaps at you like a bitchy teenager. It's like, stop moving, you don't touch me. And I'm like, girl, this is my bed. You better correct that, all of that, or your bed will be in the chair. You can go onto the chair. Now she just sleeps in the chair because it's easier. She don't get touched a whole lot. Such a little snit. This one, I could roll over on him and he tolerated it until he couldn't breathe. And then he'd be like, I can't breathe. And I have to get up. But he sleeps. Yeah. Oh, my boy. Yeah. He sleeps like this in my hand. So he's super cuddle. Super cuddle buddy. So crazy. I wouldn't have thought such a weird thing would be. Hey, they pull what they pull. It's interesting that you I think it's very fascinating and interesting that y'all get to see it happen in real time. I think that's cool as shit. I wish I was there to see it happen in real time, but it's equally as satisfying for me that y'all come back and tell me about it. So I'm as equally satisfied. But I do like seeing that stuff play out. I totally geek out myself whenever something happens that I predicted or I just said and it recurs, or, you know, I can accurately pull information out of somebody without them telling me anything. I was like, oh, my guides are so awesome. I love them. They're so great. He's on your foot now. Oh, I know. Exactly. Yeah. Look at, yeah. Yeah. I have a couple of those. She follows me from room to room. She does. She goes, if we're going to be in the living room for a minute, she'll go get in the chair. I'll go to the bathroom and she'll go get in the chair in the bedroom. And I'll go back to the living room. She goes back out to the living room in that chair. I come into my office and she'll come in here and stand on the rug and see if I'm coming back out again. If not, she'll try to find a spot to cuddle up on the rug. I hear scratching the rug, trying to fluff it, but it's flat. If I go in the kitchen, she goes and sits around the corner on the rug and watches me to see if I'm going to drop anything. I mean, she's never not there. Never not there. He's also there. He's yeah. He's pretty clingy for a cat. It's pretty cool. You know, Bat and I live, and Cody mentioned it, but 2 people I know have not been paid shifts, so now we're all checking. Yeah. And now that that's happened, now you're going to be like very cautious of it. Now you have to start being responsible for that information to make sure that somebody else is doing their job, which sucks. Because it's like, if that's your job to do payroll, why can you not do your job? You got one job and you can't even do that. But anyway, nice. Thank you. Thank you for that affirmation. For the ego strokes. Yay. Oh. Ramon's off to go find. Bye, Ramon. Buddy lost dog. Oh, okay. Go find your puppy. I hope you'll find him. I'm so sorry. Good luck. Good luck. I wasn't watching that. Bye. Stay blessed. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. I'm blessed to have all of you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you gotta be. Yeah, I'm telling you, if I don't get paid, I don't go to work. Like, yeah, you correct that paycheck, and I'll come work that schedule you gave me. But until you can hold good to your credit, I don't know. I could start taking cash out of the drawer, I guess. Sending Zelle requests at the end of my shift. I earned this much. Cash app it over. Zelle is better. Oh. Cries, not Crystal. Go in the kitchen and have a baby gate. He cries and stands on his back legs, doing his front paw begging loose. Yeah. Yeah. I don't get the crying because she knows better than that. She's very, it's the guilt face. There's a guilt face for sure. She only uses her voice for specific things, which that I'm grateful for. So, oh, you girl, if you tell me that, I'll be looking for you, and I'll be handing out recommendations if you not, because if you not, just kidding. Love you guys. It's been 2 hours, so I'm gonna go ahead and jump because nobody's gonna watch all this and just talking and talking. But it was so good to see each and every single one of y'all. I appreciate you so much for spending a part of your day with me always. Thank y'all for your love, for your comments, for being so energetically connected to all the times that we are together here. I'm so truly grateful for each and every single one of you. Thank you for your likes. Thank you for my new subscribers. Thank you for the new people trying me on and hanging out. If you didn't say anything and you just enjoyed the show and you hung out and tapped the screen and subscribed, I'm here for it. Yeah, we're a lot to take. The Soul family is very big energy, but very loving, very welcoming. So we look forward to having each and every single one of y'all here. Everyone who showed up, I'm always grateful, always, for all of you. Those who touch in, who come in every once in a while, who are part of the Soul fam, who came in and bopped in and out. Bianca, Samantha, appreciate you guys so much. Lisa, appreciate y'all. It's good to see everybody. Miss Gracie, glad you made it. Delaney, Fred, thank y'all for being here the entire duration. Layla, thank you so very much. All of you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I love you guys very, very much. I'm very grateful for each and every one of you. So make sure I didn't miss anybody. Ramon, hasta luego. Making sure. MK, thank you for your new visit. Yeah, I think that's everybody. If I missed you, I love you. Apologize. Mwah. Y'all have a great rest of your week. I will be posting content all the time. Do consider joining the Soul fam for that membership. Content coming very soon. Y'all take care.